For this review, we have the Marvel Legends Strange Tales wave. All these figures are aligned to some sort of monster, mystic, Strange Tales theme. In this wave, we have a Build-A-Figure with Blackheart, and we've got Moon Knight, Vampiric, Storm, Lilith, Dracula, Damien Hellstorm, Brother Voodoo, and Wolverine as a weapon of vengeance. So very, very cool wave. Great time to have this with it being Halloween and spooky time. So let's take a look at the packaging and then we get into the figures. So we got Wolverine up first. Looking pretty cool with the flames here. We can see in the background there is some green flame looking stuff, so that's kind of cool. At the top, we still have the Strange Tales logo. On the side, we get character name and a little profile pic. On the other side, a little bit different. Matter of fact, let's show them off like this. See if I can get all these in camera. Maybe I can. So that's that side. Then we have that side. Always nice for the box collector people. On the bottom, UPC. We've got Wolverine's bio here. Then we've got Moon Knight. And Moon Knight has Blackheart's head. Wolverine didn't have any Build-A-Figure pieces. There is the UPC if you need that. And there is the back of Moon Knight. It's very cool artwork. Then we have Bloodstorm, which is her actual name. She comes with the torso. There's the UPC. And there is her bio and some artwork. Next, we'll do Damien. He's got one of the legs. He's got a couple different hands there. This is a nice looking figure. UPC. And back of the box. Next, Brother Voodoo. We've gotten him before in Marvel Legends, but this version is a lot nicer. I think this cane might be reused from the previous figure. And he comes with a other leg. There's his UPC. And there's his bio and some more artwork. Then we've got Lilith. She comes with an arm and a fist. There's her UPC. And there is her bio and some artwork. She's got such a weird head design. And last but not least, Dracula. This is very regal looking Dracula. He comes with the other arm, He's got a cool sword. I like that he comes with a couple different heads. UPC and bio and art. All right, so let's start getting these guys out of the package. All right, so here's Dracula. They all come with little legal inserts. They all have this backdrop. The backdrop is kind of nice. The cardboard isn't the thickest, but the printing on here is pretty nice. There's even kind of like this fainted cross hatching in the back on the white side. But this is how everything is decked out in the tray. It's got an extra hand down there. Lilith has a couple components here. So there's the arm, a couple hands. In the back, she's got her cape as a separate piece. So that's how she's going to come. Brother Voodoo has got the. Damn, I can't tell which foot that is. The right foot, if you're looking at this head on. And he's got some magic effects, a couple hands. Um, Nothing else special with his tray. Damien comes with the other foot. And he's got the two hands, the trident, nothing else in the tray. All right, Bloodstorm has two heads, so that's pretty cool. And you see the torso has the tail attached. So that's what she comes with. Moon Knight comes with a lot. So he's got the head of so Moon Knight comes with a lot. He's got the head of Blackheart. He's got the uh, bow staff here. He's got a ton of moon shuriken. He's got the Ankh. I don't know what he uses this. I guess bash people's heads in with it. Um, the cape is attached. Ooh, and there's some paint rub from the back of the cardboard. But that's what Moon Knight looks like. And that takes us back to Wolverine. Wolverine doesn't have any Build-A-Figure pieces, and basically just comes with extra burning claws. So that is the packaging. Let's get all these guys out and take a look at the figures. Okay, so here's everyone out of the box. This is a pretty big wave of figures. So let's talk about Wolverine first, or Weapon of Vengeance. He is on an older body, but this is still a pretty nice body. This is um, you know, one that came out in the past 4 or 5 years. The skull is nice and shiny. It is, silver paint. It's not chrome or anything, but it does stand out pretty well. So you can tell that the head is basically translucent, and they've painted all the non-transparent parts on top of it. It stands out really well. And then I like the red belt buckle. It just kind of denotes, the whole, hell theme. He comes with two just closed fists in the package, but you're likely going to want to put his claws on. I mean, it's Wolverine, and they're fiery hell vengeance claws. So, yeah, that's the whole point of this figure, is to have him with the fire and whatnot. So pretty cool figure. Um, Next, let's talk about Bloodstorm. She's got these kind of, clawy, mangly hands. Um, and the head is pretty expressive. She's got, kind of a calmer one. I don't know which one I like better. Yeah, they're both pretty interesting. The belt is uh separate. The jacket vest part is separate. That body might be Jessica Jones. Let's see. Yeah. So basically, that's the Jessica Jones body. They've used it a couple times since then. So, she's going to have pins in the legs, but the upper jacket doesn't have any pins. She does have heels, and it kind of makes it hard for her to stand a little bit, but the heels are pretty thick. So I think it's a matter of just trying to find a good balance for them. But that's Bloodstorm. Then we got Brother Voodoo. So his cape does seem to be removable. Um, it's got a peg. He's got a peg in the back. So if you wanted to remove it, you could. You gotta kind of work the peg back in. It's a bit of a pain to put back on, but it can be done. His sash, the lower belt with the skulls, they're all separate pieces. This is a modern body, so it's pinless. Um, he does come with these holding hands, so he can hold his staff. Actually, it's more like a trigger hand. That's kind of silly, but there's some reuse going on. You see that? And then he's got some uh, kind of clawy, splayed out hands. Well, one is, sorry, one is kind of clawy, and the other one is basically just a fist. Um, these kind of trigger hands are pretty expressive. I think you could probably leave them on there and they not stand out. And he's got these little effects pieces. So you can put on his wrists and make him look like he's doing some kind of magic. I will also say that the paint on the head looks really nice. He's got a good bit of texture on the dreads, so that's a plus. Next, let's go over Dracula. So this version is quite ornate. He's got this, kind of battle armor. He's got really nice cape. The default head is very expressive. He does have a more stoic head. I kind of like the expressive head a lot better. He comes with kind of these claw ish e hands. Um, the his right hand is kind of more tailored for the sword, and he's got an interesting joint. Like this joint for the bicep is a really huge cut, and look at that. This is like some new tech almost. um, it allows him to get past 90, so that's pretty cool. Um, and again, I probably a lot of this is because this is like supposed to be bulky cloth here, so you can kind of get away with cutting into this. Whereas if this was his bicep, it'd look really ugly if the joint went up halfway into his bicep. Like a bare bicep is what I mean. And then he comes with two fists, so you can display him like that. All right, so that is Dracula. All right, next we've got Moon Knight. We have tons of Moon Knights, and there's been quite a few re-releases, like in the retro look. So here we have yet another Moon Knight, and I'm sure this is supposed to meant to be kind of a Marvel Knights depiction. His forearms, he's got kind of this Egyptian armor. He's got kind of this wrestling belt looking style belt with the Egyptian symbol on it. Um, Gold on the boots. He is pinless. His construction is interesting. So the cape does come off. It takes a little bit of effort, but the cape does come off. And the hood is attached. This hood does not come off. Um, Guessing it's glued on. You can kind of see there's kind of like a tab where it glues on to the top of the head. He does have chest flies, really deep uh, cut for the back. So you're going to be able to get him in a lot of crazy action poses. Um, with the cape being plastic, that's going to be a thing. Like it's going to restrict your poses a bit, but you can take the cape off. You can give him a custom cape if you want. But overall, I mean, he looks really nice. So he also has kind of a trigger hand, and this is a unique hand because it's got a little moon symbol on it. This is not like reuse, but he's kind of got a trigger hand. um, he'll be able to hold his staff very well. The other hand isn't so triggery. So if you want to put this guy in here, you could. That should look pretty nice. He's also got two closed fists, so he can do some punching. One cool thing about these uh, closed fists, um, yeah, it's both of them. They have these little notches in them, and you can take his little moon shuriken looking things and place them into the fist. So that is crazy. Um, I usually put these things up because it's so easy for them to like get lost in the carpet. But if you're gonna go through the effort of doing some photography with this, I mean, this is super cool. Um, this might be better to use as like a static hand though, like have his hand with these kind of molded to it already. I just always kind of worry about these little moon pieces getting lost in the carpet. But at any rate, super nice figure. This might be the best Moon Knight yet that we got. And then he's got the larger moon uh, projectile. All right, next we've got Damien Hellstorm. He is also on a new body. Um, this is most likely the same body um, Iron Fist is using. He comes with two closed fists, and he's got this trident. He also has butterfly joints, so you will be able to do some really dynamic poses with him and the trident. And really like what they did with the face, the shadowing that they did around the eyes, just kind of really makes it stand out. And then last, we have Lilith, and she looks, she's probably the most like classic comic-y looking figure. Um, but you know what they've done with the eyes kind of makes her stand out, looks a little bit more realistic. The fishnets are done really well. Her cape can be removed, it can be posed. The I don't know if this is supposed to represent hair, but it is pretty flexible and it is slightly transparent, so you can get some cool photography with that. And then she's got fists out of the box. Having a hard time getting her to stand, but she also has these splayed hands too, which I think she'd be the kind of figure you'd want those kind of hands with. Yep. I don't know why Damien doesn't want to stand. The cape does cause a little bit of balance issue, so you're going to discover that with her. Yeah, she does not want to stand on her own right now. Okay. All right. So, last but not least, Blackheart. The tail is flexible. It's got like a bendy wire in it. It is going to take some work to push these arms into the slots. They're formed in a way where you may not be able to pull these back apart. So just kind of FYI. And there we have Blackheart. Let's move Wolverine out the way because his tail is going to get in the way. Let's see if I can pose this so it can help him stand up a little bit. There we go. So as you can see, this guy is pretty huge. The tail is also going to cause a few issues because he's going to want to lean backwards on it and kind of doesn't want to bend downwards. Like it kind of like sticks out and back. Really, you kind of want to get him to use the tail, I think, to help stand him up. So this guy might be a little difficult. You might need to get like a display stand. Um, Kind of seems like you might be able to, yeah, you can kind of get him to balance too, but I think that's tricky. Um, so he is an all new sculpt, and I happen to have the original Marvel Legends version, and surprisingly, they are the same size, like same height. Um, but the new one is a little bit bulkier, maybe just a little bit. The old one, you see a lot more purple on here, and the new one is a lot more, black charcoal looking color. Um, so that's interesting. And then he does have some extra hands. I guess one extra hand. It kind of has this pointing, so you can kind of point at his foes and you know make some kind of deal with them. So pretty awesome that we finally have a more modern Blackheart. So we got a lot of spooky characters now. We got a Blade. What was this, last year or year before last? So we got somebody for Blade to fight. He can fight Dracula. We've got quite a few Ghost Riders, and Ghost Rider is going to fit in very well with this crew. So, pretty awesome wave. One noticeable and notable thing that we're missing, actually, I guess a few. Um, Definitely need a Mephisto, and we don't have a werewolf by midnight. So there's lots of third-party werewolf figures now. So if you really are hunkering for one to kind of go with the display, there's a few out there. They are like $100 ish figures. So to have, $30 figure in kind of smaller form, or even like a $50 larger fig to go with these, I think it's time for Marvel Legends to give us one. Like, we're long overdue. So that is the review. Awesome wave. Great time to have this for Halloween. And there is not one figure that is not cool in this wave. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, tune into more videos coming up. And if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you.